Today we're unboxing the Easy-to-Build Primaris Marines Aggressors, which have just been released by Games Workshop. So, I struggle to get the cellophane off, which is never a good sign for when somebody's building a kit. So let's have a look at what's inside. We have 3 bases with little hexagonal holes in. That's a little worrying. We have the Ultramarines transfer sheet, which I don't need because I'm not doing Ultramarines. We have this sprue. Let's have a look. And there's hexagonal pegs on the bottom of all the legs, so you can stick it straight into the base. You've got the Aggressor Squad combat sheet here with the power level and the weapons. You've got the painting guide here. You've got it in a variety of languages, including Chinese by the look of it. And then you've got the adverts for the starter sets and First Strike and No Fear and the other Primaris Easy Build kits. So let's have a look, and it even tells you which transfers go where. At the instructions. So it looks like these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces. Okay. And they've got some stuff that goes on the... In fact, let's zoom in and have a good look at this sprue, which lets you see some of the detail. So the gauntlets are 2 pieces, each of the legs are separate. The backpacks come with the relevant... You have 3 terrain pieces here that stick to the base, a bolter, a wrecked servo skull, and a little statue thing that's broken and laying on the ground. Okay, this looks, doesn't look too complicated to put together. So, I won't be basing these using the prepared 40mm bases. I will be using these in keeping with the basing scheme on my existing Primaris Warriors of Iron Force. So, I'll be back in a minute with the parts cleaned off the sprue. I'll be using clippers I use for everything. I'll be cleaning the mould lines carefully with a craft knife, but I'll clean this all up, separate it into kits, and then I will come back and assemble it. So I'll see you in a minute. So I've cleaned off and separated the 3 aggressor kits. I've got this Tamiya clear plastic cement. I've also taken the crashed servo skull, found a small base, and I'm going to use this as an objective marker. So let's start getting things put together. So I'll start with the objective marker and then I'll put it to one side. Like so. So we begin with the first kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these and zoom in so you can get a real good look at what I'm doing. Each of these kits has a front and back piece with a head. You've got 2 legs, 2 arm assemblies, and a backpack. So essentially, the first part is to get this, which has a socket at the back that goes in there. Let's zoom in even closer. Now I'm going to glue this rather than snap fitting it. A little dab of glue there. I find the head and I plug him into there. I then take the body, line that up, that's where that will go. A little more glue, and down the front of these pieces. And I push this together as hard as I can. So you can see the line, but it's not deeply obvious. Okay, that's that bit done. Next, I find the backpack. Dab of glue. Push that together as hard as you can. That bit's now done. I'm going to assemble the hand pieces. So I test fit it. That's how it goes together. Nice and simple. Then I again get a bit of glue. And squeeze that together quite hard. As you can see, the number of pieces to slot together is going down. There we go. So, arms, backpack. The next thing to work on is the legs. So again, these should just pop into here. And you know what they do. But you've got these cables here, those cables have got a socket there. So, tiny dab of glue in the socket. Reasonable bit of glue around the leg. There we go, one leg. Bit of glue around there. And a bit of glue in the socket. There we go. That's assembled. Backpack goes on like this. So, dab of glue here. We run it around the contact points. And then we push it in. This bit is going to connect to here, and that bit is going to connect to the arm. So you can see how it fits together. Bit of dry glue, let's get rid of that. So we connect that socket on, and bang, that goes together like so. See? And again on the other arm, have a look at how that's going to go, and it goes like this. Reasonable amount of glue. and we have an assembled aggressor. Pose him on the base, that works. Add a bit of glue to the feet. Pose him on the base again. Put that to one side and allow the model and the glue to dry. This is everything complete. After I finished the first model and demonstrated it on video, it took me about 10 minutes to finish the other two. Looking at them, I am very happy with the posing and the detail. This is the Sergeant model with two troopers. You've got a little purity seal here fluttering in the wind. I've added a tiny little skull from the skull sprue to this base and this base. I've also used the bolter scatter piece from the sprue for these guys on this base, and I've used the little rect servo skull as an objective marker. So for 20 quid, this is a really nice, really quick to put together kit. Some people will complain that aggressors with flame gauntlets aren't the optimal aggressor choice, but this is a kit really aimed at beginners. It's not aimed at tournament players who are looking for the most efficient choice possible for the points. It's about putting kits in the hands of little kids at a reasonable price that they can get on the table quite quickly. You can pay the extra £10, which is a 50% increase in the cost, for the kit with loads and loads and loads of extra parts, giving you all the options, or 20 quid for a kit that you can put together in about 25 minutes, half an hour, including the time to clean off the mould lines. I liked it, and I think the addition of 2 more easy build kits for Primaris will really help people starting to put together a Primaris force. I also wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing easy build kits as part of getting started kits. That's definitely the case with Age of Sigmar, where you've got 2 easy build kits for Khorne and 2 easy build kits for Stormcast. Both of those have turned up in bigger boxes before. I think things like this, which are pretty much indistinguishable when painted up from the full kit, particularly at 2 feet away, which is gaming distance, has a lot of mileage in it. It's a simple 1 sprue kit. You saw the unboxing, it's only 1 frame, whereas the full kit is 2 frames. But yeah, I really like this. I found it a nice, quick, simple build. I've not converted any of them. If I do get another set, I will probably convert them. But certainly putting them on scenic bases, adding a little more detail, having a little objective marker skull dude here, I am really pleased with the kit. It's definitely been a pleasurable build. I'm going to spray paint these black and then spray them silver, because that is the primary colour of the chapter that I'm doing for my Primaris Marines. But a simple primer coat and then a spray undercoat of whatever the main colour for your chapter is absolutely the way that I'd start with painting these. But you can see the nice looking Gravis plates on the armour. So they've got their whole gut marine thing going. They've got the hoods that you see with the Inceptors and the Gravis Captain. Thematically, I really like the Primaris range. The only thing I'm a little shaky on is, to be fair, I was a little shaky on the Redemptor, but I've come round. But things like this, I'd love to see some more Gravis combat variants. Same as I'd love to see some more assault troops. But yeah, really nice kit, goes together quite well. If you're a beginner, I would definitely recommend it. Though if you're reasonably young, I would get somebody to help you with the clipping and the trimming, particularly the mould lines. I went over the mould lines. There's not a lot, but there's enough that I would definitely notice if I hadn't gone over them. Particularly the very faint one at the top here, top of the backpack, on the legs as well. and you can see where I've smoothed out the clip marks. You definitely wanted to go and do that. However, kit as a whole, really easy to put together. The mould lines aren't bad. Yeah, it's a nice kit. If you've liked this video, please hit like or subscribe. If you feel strongly, leave a comment below.